Preparing live stream the meeting.
There we go.
It's on like a 2-second delay, like the YouTube live from what we have. So.
Gotcha. Figure you checked out all the kinks.
Oh yeah. Live stream the meeting.
There you go.
We're live, baby. It's on like a 2-second. Had to mute the YouTube one.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Let's go. Here we go, baby.
Basketball is back.
This is the first initial startup 3 walls and a BLP hoop companion to celebrate the return of the NBA. Matt could not be here, but that's okay because we got monthly co-host and known basketball expert Tyler Starkey with us. Ty, what's up?
It's great to be here. I'd say we definitely have faces made for radio, but we're willing to give streaming a try.
Yes, we have voices and faces made for radio, and we're gonna figure it out. So hopefully we have people that watch, and fuck it.
Did you tell your mom? I can't believe your mom still hasn't given it a listen.
It hurts, dude.
Yeah, just no respect from the Geddes family.
0. I think my sisters listened to 1 episode. That's about the extent of the support from us.
Are they gonna listen to the last one?
They should listen to the last one. If you're watching now, episode Julia Cole came out yesterday. One of our favorite interviews. She's a country music star. Her new single comes out tomorrow, Friday, July 31st. Get that. That's all plug for you there, Julia. Thanks for coming on.
That's the oop on the plug right there.
Yep. See, this is why we work good together, you know? All right, we got Lakers Clippers tipping off.
A little bit of a late start.
Yep.
9 o'clock scheduled.
I should mention, I do have action on this game. First hoop, I've got Reggie Jackson, Danny Green, AD, or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So did not have JaVale McGee, so that sucks. But whatever.
It's only like what, $5?
Yeah, small bets, but big payouts. It's all right. Got a win on the last one. Jazz, live money line, up 15. Well, not up anymore, but 15 in the hole.
I will say that this 15-second delay on mine might be a problem.
Maybe I'll just wait till you react to something and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
That might be it.
You didn't take LeBron assist today, huh? Oh, you know you did. Over 10.5?
Over 10.5, yeah.
Why don't you run through the rest of them, dude?
All right, that's it. I got pull up my spreadsheet. All right, so first field goals are all out now. I got Clips plus 1.5 at the end of the first quarter. Under 55.5 first quarter for this one. I got LeBron over 10.5 assists. LeBron over 2.5 threes. I think that's easy money. Made threes, I should say.
Yeah.
LeBron triple double. I think he's just going to show out, and this seems like the perfect arena for that.
Yeah, main stage, well rested. Although I was listening to the Hoop Hoop Collective, and they were saying that he's been on the injury list, not as like out or anything, but just with groin issues still. So I wonder if that's going to be his Achilles heel for the rest of his career.
Yeah. I mean, his body is going to start breaking down at some point. Or not breaking down, just slowing down.
You think that 17 seasons in, and that's the worst he's dealing with. It's pretty insane.
And it's not even like a normal 17 because it's deep 17s. It's deep playoff runs. It's Olympics. It's FIBA World Cups.
Yeah.
You know?
There's miles.
Yeah. Man's got miles of tread on those tires, but this little 3 months off might be the best thing for him to actually go into the playoffs as healthy as he can be.
Yeah, I wonder what, like, I don't know. I wonder what. I mean, obviously they stay in shape, and him more so than probably anyone, just considering the access he has to things. But I wonder what the difference, kind of being in rhythm, being in that game shape, is compared to being rested.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was with like the Cavs, and they'd always say like, "Oh, they got a week off in between series," is that a good or bad thing? Which it never ended up being a bad thing. But I want 3 months is a whole heck of a lot different than.
Yeah, especially when they were rolling. It's good for his body. I don't know how good it is for his game, but we'll see. I mean, the 3 scrimmages are good, but you can't get into game shape.
Yeah, live action, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Not that this is either. It won't be till playoffs, but.
Yeah.
I would also like to make note that I am all back on the Clippers as far as the push to the finals.
Yep. Ty let me know a couple days ago that he's back on the bandwagon. We welcomed him back with open arms.
As the initial member of the bandwagon.
Yeah.
I've returned.
Yep. He was
sometimes the captain's got to, jump off the ship, cool down, get a quick swim, and come back.
Yeah, he thought he could make it to another ship, and then he was like,
it's a little far.
Might as well turn around.
Yeah. I'm a weak-willed man. What can I say?
Yeah. It's fine. We welcome you back. I mean, obviously, I'm still on my Sixers hope, but my reality is
bleak.
Clippers. Yeah, but are you on commercial right now?
Just went to commercial.
What did you see? They have Reggie Jackson picking up Bron. Yeah. Super interesting move there.
I was paying attention. I was checking you out. I mean,
don't get lost in my eyes, babe.
You gotta throw whatever body you can because it's all about pace at this point.
Yeah.
Where you really turn it up.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron's playing point guard, so which I also think that's going to save his body a lot too in this comeback.
Banging down low.
Yeah.
I always kind of imagine he'd be, slowing down at some point, making the move to the 4. Not that he ever has wanted to play the 4, but still kind of dealing out of the post, still bringing people out to the wing.
Yeah, when he was playing the 4, he was really playing the 3, but just down low, because he was overpowering everybody that he was playing. Like there was just such a mismatch in the size advantage that he had to basically be a 4.
It's a freak of nature. I mean, that's the thing too. He's always like playing against next to big 4s that can shoot, or less so 5s, but never really had like that true 5.
Yeah, I mean he does here, but you've got
AD is a 5.
AD is a 5.
I mean, they always act like centers are extinct, but really it's like the power forwards like Kevin Love are kind of the ones going out of style, less so than this big centers. I mean, you have the Embiids, the Raptors roll around with 2 centers. It's
the big beefy power forwards are out.
It's extinct.
The guys that are going to stay on the block, get 15, 20 boards a game and, dominate the paint, those guys are done.
It's moving to the big wing, playing the 4 essentially, which, really does fit LeBron, but, it's also for guys like Siakam and, whoever else.
Yeah, like Tobias for the Sixers, they throw him at the 4, which is an interesting choice.
It's going to be sick when they deal him in the offseason, right?
No, dude. Tobias is staying.
Someday you'll agree with me.
No, the only thing that I agree with you on is that we need to fire Brett Brown. If we don't figure it out this playoff run,
I just max out on shooting around Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
that's why I do.
So tell me what you think about this potential trade. I saw this. Ben Simmons for CJ McCollum and some draft capital.
I think that's just simply not going to happen. I don't think there's any way you deal Ben Simmons this offseason. He's too young.
No, I don't think you should ever trade him. Ever.
No.
but I also don't think Portland would do that fucking move. Why would you?
You don't think Portland would do that deal?
Unless they're gonna legitimately play him at the 4-5 only, not let him handle the ball. Because
I'm assuming. I mean, in that kind of deal, you'd probably have to send out like Zach Collins.
yeah, you'd have to get somebody else. You can't just go straight up CJ for Ben.
Obviously, I think Ben has more value than that just because of his age alone. But I mean, that is the one thing that Portland's missing. I am pretty stoked to see like skinny Melo. Not that he's going to defend, but it will be interesting to kind of see him back at the 3 and
Yeah, skinny Melo and Nurkic.
having a bigger lineup next to Dame and CJ.
Yeah,
as opposed to kind of how they played all year when like Nazir Little and Mario Hezonja was playing freaking minutes at the 4.
yeah. I mean, if you look back at when Portland was good and making those runs in the playoffs, it's when they had size inside.
I mean, like Mo Harkless was always good for him. It was like they had somebody there that could pick up on the wings. I did like when they picked up
We got LA at the center, and then like Batum on the wing. So I think if they can get in, having Nurkic back at the 5, letting Melo play that stretch 4, Zach Collins coming in every once in a while. Also, I think that is Whiteside active in this.
Yeah, I'm like the most anti-Whiteside guy of all time.
Oh yeah, I think he's trash, but he's a big body.
I'm just that body, but he's, as far as I'm concerned, an empty stats guy.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's just also take a moment here to just appreciate the LA teams for bringing some entertainment back into our lives with Joakim Noah, J.R. Smith, and Dion Waiters back in the league.
Back from the grave.
Like, come on now.
There's nothing I love more than just Dion unconsciously just hoisting from 3.
Oh my God. The combination of those two on the same, like,
just so much confidence.
Oh. So, I heard it on Get Up or First Take this morning. Somebody, I think it was Perkins, was like, "You got Dion Waiters still in the prime of his career," and I'm like, "Hold up."
There was a prime?
Yeah, I'm like, when was the prime? When did it start, and how is it still going?
Kawhi's hairline's looking a little rough.
Yeah, he hasn't seen that barber in a while. It's like
minute. I actually do think, I mean, to an extent, that Dion addition is not terrible for the Lakers, just as someone that can kind of create their own shot. And with JR as well, someone that can create their own shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you need next to LeBron. I mean, I think they're an upgrade over a KCP just because he can't create. Nice. He's a catch and shoot guy. And Danny Green is a catch and shoot guy that has a little bit of like creativity in him. But
not enough for you to dedicate possessions to it.
No, I mean, you're starting 2 catch and shoot guys around LeBron and AD, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, you need shooting around him, but you also need guys that when he goes out for a little bit that can, get 2 dribbles in that shot or handle that pick and roll with AD, which
that's tough.
Add Rondo. Rondo's the guy that can do that. He's out for a little bit.
Couple more weeks. Or they're just trying to wear LeBron out when they're picking him up full court.
Yeah.
Got to think that game just comes so easy to him, though, no matter what anyone throws at him.
Yeah. The only thing that frustrates him is Kawhi, and
that's because it's someone that has the same strength that he does.
Yes, and freakishly large hands.
At least. What's the under in the first quarter?
55.5.
I was about to attempt some quick math, and I'm just going to give up. Figure out if we're on pace, and I was like, yeah, no, don't have that in me.
It's not looking bad right now. But then again, there's a lot of time left. God bless JaVale.
I was wondering, would you rather have him or Dwight playing crunch time minutes? Not that you're going to play either of them, or probably play crunch time. But as far as who do you trust more in that circumstance?
Probably Dwight, just because he's been in like big games before, but like as like the guy. Whereas JaVale's been in those big games, but he was never like a big contributor.
Eyed upon, yeah.
Like he was just there.
I almost think JaVale offers more, but
yeah, I think he offers more, but I think you would rely on Dwight's experience and
defense.
Although I don't even know, because you don't want a guy that's just going to clog up the paint in crunch time with LeBron and AD out there.
Yeah, I just love the way like JaVale at least runs the floor, gets ahead, gets some easy buckets, just being so big and long.
Yeah, and he definitely has more. He brings more energy to him than Dwight does.
I mean, for the most part, though, any Clippers Lakers matchup is going to come down to probably AD.
Yeah, because it's just going to come down to who the Clippers can put on him to try and hold him,
sort of negate him to an extent.
Yeah, because you're counting on the combination of Kawhi and George to negate LeBron a little bit.
You're almost probably relying on Paul George and Morris to negate AD. I mean, at least throwing some longer bodies or different things at him.
Yeah, because you want to have Kawhi on LeBron almost every second of the game.
Which isn't going to happen, but I mean,
No, not going to happen. But that's an ideal world. You don't want George on LeBron for an extended period of time. You want him on there in spurts to give Kawhi like a
breather.
A breath.
I mean, you just think that, I mean, like, at least, I mean, granted they both have length, but, you know, feels as if Paul George has a little bit more length to deal with AD. Morris can at least throw his body at him. I mean.
Yeah. And I feel like George is a little more athletic to deal with AD. Whereas Kawhi with his body, you don't want him having to, like, bang down low or be super
exerting it all at that point.
Yeah, you want him to kind of conserve it, because if they're trying to go exploit that AD matchup, then LeBron's not going to be banging. He's going to be hanging out on the side, running that pick and roll.
Setting the pace. Playing slow.
Yeah, you don't want him. But, yeah, I mean, what's the standings right now? Lakers are 1. Are the Clippers 2?
I don't think so. Pull it up.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Denver is. Off the top of my head.
That was last year.
Yeah, I feel like that was again this year, though. I mean, again,
So
it's been 3.5 months.
Lakers, Clippers, Denver, Utah, OKC, Houston. All 6 of them have clinched. Denver's a game and a half back of LAC.
That makes sense.
So
striking distance, some would say.
Yeah. If you're the Clippers, you want that 2 seed. So you're not playing the Lakers till the conference finals.
I mean, if the Rock is advanced, at some point they're going to have one of the two or play both. Really,
it doesn't matter 2 or 3. You're not playing them till the conference finals, because the 1 seed will play the winner of 4 or 5.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah. Oh, 2 quick fouls on Kawhi. That's not good.
Don't worry, dude. I'm still on a commercial break.
I mean, he got the foul before the commercial. I just saw the thing. I mean, I think the biggest X factor for the Lakers is Frank Vogel.
Let's hear it.
Like, so he's been a good coach, good regular season coach, good like early playoffs coach, but he's never
besides, I mean, like figuring out who to match up with not on defense, but kind of what parts of teams' games you got to take away. I mean, an offense in the playoffs, as far as I'm concerned, just feels like LeBron's going to control the tempo. He's going to control the pace. He's going to control what they do. And it's really LeBron's mind on offense, how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to defer to LeBron almost every single time for offensive selection. It's just a matter of his defense and can he get the right matchups and whatnot. Whereas if you're in a 7-game series with Frank Vogel versus Doc Rivers, Doc is going to have – it might take him a game or two. Like, they might split the first two to figure out the matchups, but Doc's going to figure out what's going to fit.
That's why I always loved Ty Lue, because I always felt like he was super good with, kind of working through that situation, making those adjustments and kind of taking away what they did best.
Yeah.
Which I thought, obviously, Vogel's been a pretty good fit for them this year, but for that reason alone, I would have trusted Ty Lue.
But isn't Ty a assistant for the Clippers right now?
Yeah.
So, and he's worked with Doc in Boston beforehand and in the Clippers beforehand, I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, so he's got. Obviously they're gonna. He's definitely good about their coaching staff. Yeah. As far as in a series. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, Doc's basically had the same staff for his entire career. Sam Cassell, Ty Lue, and I think Lawrence Frank is involved in some way.
For some reason, I thought he was in the front office.
He might be in the front office, but I mean, he's a former coach, so like he still knows like he can help out where needed.
You need to bounce something off of him.
Which that makes no sense that he's like such a respected front office guy because he wasn't a good coach.
I thought you were gonna say because he's like 5'5".
Also that. But like he wasn't that good of a. He inherited those Nets teams from Byron Scott that had Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin. Who else? Like so he inherited those teams. Went to 2 finals with them because the East was garbage. And pre-LeBron times.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. You still gotta get there, man.
I'm pulling up who they had to play to get to the finals because they went 2 years in a row, right? Lakers and then Spurs.
Sounds right.
Because the Lakers three-peat went Pacers, Sixers, Nets. Shut the fuck up, Joey. I ain't talking to you. Yeah, because the Lakers 3-peat went Pacers, Sixers, Nets, and then Nets played Spurs, and then the Pistons came in.
Makes sense.
Let's pull this up.
Paul George's handle, just how smooth and effortless it is for how freaking big he is insane.
I don't know if I didn't realize how big he was until the last 2 years.
I'm tall.
Yeah. He's tall and he's a fit boy.
Yeah.
Bichon, better than the kid. Only other podcast I'd be love to. Actually, I love Your Mom's House too.
Your Mom's House?
Yeah, Tom Segura's podcast.
Never. I don't think I've ever listened to it.
It's fucking hilarious. It's him and his wife, and they're both stand-up comedians. Both plug here. But they literally just find stupid, crazy videos on YouTube or the internet, and they just play them and talk about them to describe them, and it's dark shit.
That's funny.
When they bring on guests and they're like, "Hey, so watch this and tell me what you think," and the guests are normal people, and they're like, "Oh, no."
I actually think JJ Redick has a pretty good podcast.
JJ's is very good.
Yeah. Seems like a dude that's experienced a lot. I mean, he's very well spoken. Just has a good vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, people forget how long he's been in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, he came in what, 2004? 2005, 2006.
It feels like when what's his face started college.
Oh, when Perry Ellis started college?
Yeah.
JJ Redick left and Perry Ellis got in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perry Ellis, the oldest sophomore in college history.
All time. Dude, from when AD got in the league, he is beefed up.
Well, I mean, he got in as a 18-year-old who just grew.
Yeah.
He was a point guard 2 years before he got to Kentucky.
Still, I'm saying it's like through the shoulders.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got Dwight Howard shoulders.
That's just that grown man maturity.
Yeah, I mean, if you pulled up like AD and then Dwight Howard in their rookie years to like when they got to their prime, it's the same glow up.
I mean, yeah, same with Giannis.
Yeah, without a doubt. All right, Nets playoff history. Still pulling this shit up.
Pat Bev seems like the kind of dude too would have some wings named after him.
Oh, for sure. In Arkansas?
It's just something off the wall too that you wouldn't really enjoy eating, but he's a psychopath.
Yeah. All right, so their first trip to the finals, the Nets played the Pacers, which they won in 3-2 when it was best of 5. The Hornets, which they won 4-1. Those are like the Baron Davis era Hornets. And then the Celtics, they swept. Nope, they won 4-2. And then they got swept by the Lakers. And that's a weak Celtics team. That's like Antoine Walker, Paul Pierce just coming up.
God, I hated Antoine Walker.
Oh, yeah. Terrible. And then the next year it was 4-2 over the Bucks, 4-0 against the Celtics, 4-2 against the Pistons. And then they lost to the Spurs. But I think that was the last year before the Pistons got Larry Brown and figured it out. And then Rasheed.
I remember that.
But yeah, Lawrence Frank bothers me. Makes no sense that it bothers me, but it does.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely eating at you.
Just looks like that twerpy little guy, like he's a knockoff Sam Hinkie.
They showed that matchups for you on that thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Grizzlies Blazers. We were talking about it a little bit beforehand, but that's the play-in series I would love to see for the A seed.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Absolutely would love to see that. Between Dame, Ja, just good smack talk. Obviously an up-and-coming team versus a team that has some things to prove after, making some runs past couple of years.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I do think Lillard can carry somebody to a championship if he gets hot.
He's just so good. And so DJ, they just run into some shit matchups.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't have the wings to handle some of these teams, like the Clippers.
Yeah.
But a team against, like, the Lakers, they kind of match up decent against. I mean, nobody's going to really stop LeBron, but they also don't have the guards right now to keep up with CJ and Dame.
No.
Caruso for a whole series against them. Unless he shaved his head.
All right, let's get it over with. What's your take on Caruso? I don't get it. I mean,
obviously he's a really great athlete.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, with the on the court numbers with LeBron, he's like, have you seen those numbers?
Yeah.
He's got like an insane, not plus minus, but something, just offensive and defensive rating.
Or what is it, like PER rating?
Whatever the stat of the month is.
Yeah.
But he's not. They make him out to be like Delly, like just like a grinder that was like, not that he's underrated or anything, but like, I mean, he's a 10 times better athlete than Delly was.
Yeah. Oh, Philly Cheese and Team Swish. They got a graphic up for them. I didn't know that Dion only made it 33 games with LeBron in Cleveland before he got traded.
He got the quick hook. He was
LeBron's like, nah. Go get the bullpen up here.
That was a wild year.
Yeah. That was his first year back in Cleveland, right?
Yeah. He literally like protested one game. LeBron did, while Dion and Kyrie were just basically butting heads and trading off shots with each other.
Yeah.
Say what you want, dude. J.R. Smith can steal you a game in a series.
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't care. An absolute moron sometimes. He shoots the hell out of the ball.
He could steal a game for you or your opponent.
Yeah. Who's to say?
Not me.
That's the beauty of it, dude.
Yeah, it's like a choose your own adventure game. You never know where you're gonna end up.
What's your take on Kuzma?
If he doesn't have a good 8 games in series or playoffs, I think they got to move him because he's coming up on a contract, right? I think he's got 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's this summer he's eligible for an extension
or next summer.
Or next summer.
His last year was his second year, so this would be his third. So he's probably on the 4 year with a player option for 5.
Let's see.
Or a team option for 5, I should say.
Late first. I think he can score. I don't know.
I don't know if the Lakers have the money to pay him.
I almost think he wants to be more, and that as itself doesn't make him a good fit. He could definitely shoot. I mean, he could shoot the 3 ball. I mean, he's obviously big and athletic.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes he plays outside of his role because you came into a Lakers situation where
he was the guy for a year. I think he can be a guy a top 2 guy on the team. I just think his
team with LeBron and AD. Whoa.
But I think his rookie year is gonna get in his head that he deserves more money when he's the guy. If you put your investment in him to build around him, then he's gonna want that payday.
So next year, yeah. So you're right. This is his 3rd year. Next year, then the qualifying offer for the year after. He's probably extension eligible this summer.
Yeah, which nobody wants to play on that qualifying offer, and the team doesn't want to do that. They want to lock him up or get rid of him.
I was gonna say just poor Zingis because he was threatening to get out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, Caldwell Pope actually has been pretty decent this year for kind of what a joke he's been. Basically, just being the plug for Clutch Sports to get LeBron there.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, LeBron was get somebody on that team.
It's like a backdoor the hell out of this move.
Good Lord.
Well, Mike, you're cutting it close.
Yeah, I'm getting older.
Minute 55 left. Should you have taken the over?
It's looking like I should have. You can't foul on a 3-point shooter.
Let's see what else you got here.
1.5 after the first isn't going to hit.
Nope.
Does LeBron have any dunks yet?
No. He has no points.
So, yep.
You're about to throw up a nice offer tonight as far as your usual trusty takes. I mean, focused on getting AD going early, obviously. He's got 14.
I think the sneaky bet that I didn't mention that I think has a shot here is Lakers win the first 3 quarters, Clippers win the 4th. I think that's the sneaky option because if the Lakers get out to a big lead,
You think they're just gonna coast and pull?
yeah.
Where is that
But-
bet? This spreadsheet I've been sent.
Let's see if it's on there. I did not add it onto the spreadsheet. So that's on me. Yeah, but it's Lakers win first three, lose fourth at plus 800 for a payout of 135.
That wouldn't be a bad one to hit on. Pretty much save your whole day.
Also, FanDuel, shout out them, had a great promo going where it was like after X amount of people bet on the Clippers Lakers spread, they move the spread a point in favor of the Lakers. So it's now at like Lakers plus 49.
Really?
Yeah. Which I think is going to hit. Yeah, and that's a $50 bet to pay off 45. So I mean that's pretty good. I'll take that. Oh, Bron's back in. I'm excited to see some of these coaches that aren't used to like wearing polos and like quarter zips and polos and quarter zips. Like Brett Brown's gonna look like a fool in a polo.
I mean, I think realistically, that's what they should always be in.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that they're in suits.
It doesn't. I mean, it looks good, and obviously, you know, it allows another avenue to kind of just like show off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, coaching basketball, you need a little bit more mobility and.
All right, we're at 55 with 48 seconds left.
Sweating.
Defense.
You need another. You need 24 seconds.
Defense.
I don't want to tell time into the future, but I am currently looking at ESPN.
And hit over.
You're at 55 with 7.5 left.
Jesus God.
I'm looking away. I want us both to be surprised. Me and my 20-second delay to you.
I got the Clippers holding for the last shot. 3-second difference between shot clock. Oh, we got a foul. Sad. Sad boy summer.
Yo, how do shoot me the link on Twitter?
Oh, the stream link?
Yeah.
Like to jump in with us?
No, I mean just to watch.
Oh, okay. Copy. Sad. Over.
Spoilers, dude. Spoilers.
Sorry. Just shot.
There we go.
I just saw that tweet that you sent me. How is Rudy Gobert?
Oh, dude, I love NBA Twitter. There is nothing better.
Oh yeah. Looks like Jimmy Butler got the equipment managers a beer fridge and some Michelob Ultra. Looks like on 2 cases. For
There's nothing better on like a nice hot day than
nice
nice cold Mick Ultra.
or Bud Light.
What are you sponsored?
Anheuser-Busch, just sponsor us.
I'm talking about the official beer of the NBA.
Is it Michelob Ultra now?
Yeah.
I never know what it like. NFL is Bud Light. except for the Cowboys. They're Miller.
Are they?
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
All right, so my first quarter bets didn't hit. Right. It's all right. We're good. We're fine. We're fine.
I'm not sweating it. Are you sweating it?
I'm not sweating. I just need LeBron to start shooting, making threes, getting assists, and dunking.
You should be pretty close. I mean, you should have at least 5 assists. Yeah, 5 assists, no points. So
Great call by you on that he was going to spread the ball around to start. Great call.
Yeah. Your triple-double, though, is not looking great.
How many rebounds he's got?
Oh, that'll be a cool, calm 1.
1. Okay.
In the first quarter. But I mean, 5 assists in the first quarter.
I mean, that's typically the hardest one to get.
And he always comes out looking to try and get his teammates involved.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, he approaches like games like that. He approaches series, first game, just a feel out game. First quarter is a feel out quarter. Mm-hmm. Love that he's reliable like that.
Yeah. Death and taxes. That's what first game, he's going to feel it out.
I was going to say, 0 dark 30 LeBron. Let's see. It's playoffs. Talk a little series, Mike, while we can.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bracket around here somewhere. There we go. Let's go quick hot take on, one play-in game. I mean, obviously, as far as these games are all concerned, it is still the same season, but it's been a 3-month break. So it's honestly, these teams give the look and the feel like it's a totally new season.
Yeah.
Given what you saw today on your extremely quick view of the Utah Jazz, how do you feel about a series between them and OKC right now?
This is like that weird instance where like a team wins, but you lose faith in them.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm not sold by any means.
Not sold at all. And so I was thinking about this before the game. So Utah is what, the 4 seed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the Pelicans are the 9 right now, 9-10. When was the
9-10.
last time a 9-10 seed was a favorite over a 4 seed? At any point in the season.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
The Jazz are 41, 42, and like 28.
Granted, they have a couple injuries.
Yeah. That makes sense all, but
I was looking at so one of my favorite podcasts is this Cavs podcast, and the host tweeted today, his name's Justin Rowan, tweeted that Donovan Mitchell was just a smaller, worse on defense, Zach LaVine. And actually, it's not the worst take I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
Hold on, pull up the stats.
I don't hate it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he was joking. Probably. I don't know. Seems like he was joking when he says it. But the stats are almost identical, and I'm just firing him over here.
But it might back up. It might check out.
It does check out. But no, I mean, yeah, just look the way they play today. I mean, obviously Rudy Gobert's a defensive stalwart, but he couldn't get played out in the series. In the series against
you're playing OKC?
Steven Adams, I mean, it's not like that big,
Yeah, but so Steven Adams at 5. Danilo Gallinari at the 4.
Which at some point, maybe you play small, and that point, Gobert's off the floor.
Yeah, but so who's there for? Joe Ingles? Is he playing 4?
I guess Royce O'Neal was. No.
Okay, that's a shooting guard.
No, I know. I was trying to think who would be like the biggest player I was out there.
Let me pull up there.
It probably was Joe Ingles today.
Let me see what their starting lineup was. JR switch in, baby. Let's go.
But again, I mean, Clarkson is your off the bench scorer. He's He's a decent. I mean, he's a good scorer, but you're not gonna, in a series, he's never proven himself.
So they had Mitchell, Conley, Royce O'Neal, Joe Ingles, Rudy Gobert. And then Clarkson got the most minutes off the bench, but then you're rolling with George Niang, Emmanuel Mudiay, Tony Bradley, who's a center, but who?
Yeah, I mean, that Bogdanovich injury really hurts them.
That kills him. But even then, I guess he does match up better with Gallinari than.
Yeah, no, I think that's at least a body you can throw at him. I mean, he's defended well in the past in the playoffs as far as, old matchup with LeBron and stuff. That's kind of when I based totally that all off of. But, I mean, they're kind of a nice mismatch for OKC. I love SGA.
Oh, I can't wait to see him in the playoffs. I think that'll be a good coming out party for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And as much as, everybody was acting like Chris Paul was over the hill, which, I mean, to an extent, I'm sure he's lost a step or two.
Still going to go out there to get you 19, 8, and 6.
And just eat and spread the ball around. And obviously, he's going to be the smartest guy on the floor. So he's going to pick apart those mismatches.
Yeah, he's going to get the matchup he wants, run that pick and roll to perfection.
And Conley, I don't think Conley can stay with him. Conley's had a tough year.
Okay, so Conley can't stay with Chris. Then you put D. Mitch on him. Then Conley's got to stay with Shea.
And then they're bringing in what's-his-face off the bench, who's had a great year. Probably could win the Sixth Man of the Year award this year.
Oh, Schroeder. LeBron with a dunk. One more, and you boys got 80. Yeah, if it's Utah OKC in that first round,
I think I'd call it an upset there. Not me,
upset by seed. I don't know if it would be
as far as who's actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, just from the year that really the Thunder were supposed to have, losing Westbrook and Paul George, pretty amazing. If you could at least make it to the second round, kind of see what your matchup is from there.
If they make the second round in this year, that's ridiculous.
I was about to just say something about like a nice Lakers upset, but I'm not going to go that far right now. I want to. But there's so much left to be decided with who's going to be the 8th seed that I can't say that yet. I went from last week or whatever the last time we did a podcast together, being like Lakers to the finals, to being like, could they get upset in the first round? I don't know. No.
Just around.
Yeah. I'm just all emotions and hot takes at this point. I'm just happy basketball's back.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna go live on IG as well.
Whoa. Do we have a chat on YouTube? Is there a chat thing?
Yeah, there's a chat.
Ooh. I don't know how to do it without totally just screwing up the audio for us. So you let me know if we get anything.
I'm gonna go Instagram on my iPad here. Got all the technology.
Damn, dude. You're sure as hell not poor.
Well, my laptop is from 2011, so.
Hey, sounds like you take nice care of your things.
Not really. This thing's a piece of shit. If it could die, I would love it.
I was a little surprised you didn't go mic stand tonight.
I didn't want to have like an echo from the mic stand to this and then have it like kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
Especially with YouTube. But I was concerned about the audio aspect of it. But we're live on IG, by the way, as well. I went with my phone. So, Three Walls Hoop Companion is here.
What time's your buddy coming on?
He just joined the IG Live. Hold on, let me.
I will say, I mean, it's definitely different streaming as far as doing a podcast and kind of having a script to go off of. But it's nice, kind of feeling like added some tools to the toolbox. I mean, I know you're a 5-tool player, but
3.
Myself, I was rolling the quick 2, mostly from a lack of preparation.
Yeah, I'm a 3. I'm a 3-tool player at most. Let's not get crazy here. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the live and I'm gonna text him the Zoom ID. What is this meeting ID?
I'll be out there.
601 something.
What other play-up matchups right now, as far as ones that are not set in stone, but I mean, for the most part, could most likely happen? Are you kind of looking at just finding interesting?
I mean, Sixers Celtics, super interesting.
So much of that comes down to if Kemba's healthy or not.
Oh, without a doubt. If Kemba's not healthy, Sixers are taken out, without a doubt. I think.
Oh, big guy. I would probably agree with that. I don't know. I do like Tatum in a playoff series. Granted, I mean, Ben's obviously one of the best defensive players in the game.
Yeah, but okay, so you like Tatum in a playoff series. Do you like Brown and Tatum in a playoff series?
Brown's pretty good on defensive end, dude.
Okay, so
on the defensive end. I mean, really, I think at that point they're just going to do everything they can to make Ben shoot.
Yeah, okay, so who does Brown cover on defense?
What do you say?
Who's Brown going to cover on defense? Is he going to cover Toby? Or is he going to cover Jay Rich?
Like Rich, and then you can throw Hayward on Harris.
On Toby. Tatum, not a great defender. It's not
long as shit.
Long as shit, but not.
All he has to do is try to force him to shoot, stay in front of him.
Right, but if you're gonna have Tatum mesh up with Ben for an entire game,
he's gonna get beaten down some.
And then Aaron Baines, see their center? No, Cantor.
Baines, Suns, isn't he?
I think he's on Phoenix. Yeah. But I don't know if Cantor can cover fucking Ben or not Ben, JoJo for 7 games.
I mean, you're picking your poison. Give him 30,
Yeah. I don't know. And that
take away Ben's ability to create. Kind of take over everybody else's game.
Yeah. But that matchup, just because the history, old Atlantic Division rivals, it's great. What are you looking for? What's another matchup you like?
As far as ones that could go either way, the Houston-Denver series, I feel like could go either way. I'm not the biggest believer in, obviously, just small ball, but I also don't totally believe in Denver as a team.
Yeah.
I think the Heat are going to wreck the Pacers if that's what ends up being the series.
I mean, Pacers, I don't even know anymore because Sabonis being out hurts.
Granted, at least they still have Miles Turner down low, but at the same time, Sabonis is good for him this year.
Your fingers crossed that Oladipo plays.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't,
that could be a quick sweep otherwise.
And Sabonis getting hurt might expedite that process for Oladipo to jump out. Oh, we got a late entry here. We got Greg Mumford entering the chat. Greg Mumford has entered the chat. Greg.
Oh.
What up? Greg, this is Tyler, our monthly co-host. Tyler, this is Greg. He's been on episodes.
What's going on, Tyler?
All right, man.
Greg, welcome to the Hoop Companion, our first live stream.
Oh, boy. This is the first live stream I've ever tuned into in my life.
Same.
Same here. Same here.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Bunch of first live virgins here.
Yeah, popping some cherries here. Greg,
So what do
you had a hot take that you wanted to get out to discuss here
About
about golf.
oh I thought this was about basketball.
We can talk golf. I want to hear your take because this is a pretty spicy one.
It's a very untimely take, to be honest.
Right.
I don't know if you were watching today
Couldn't be
or
worse.
not. Yeah, I just think Brooks is not that good, but he just I think went 8 on. I think he just shot his career low today. Actually,
They go 8 under.
yeah, that's pretty.
It's simply bad timing.
It's simply bad timing. It's very hard to make this
I
argument
will
right
say
now.
you have been saying this for a while. So
It's
this
not-
is the new take.
So I guess it's less that I it's more about the like he's so jacked thing. Like I hate that. I just hate it. Like, okay, he's obviously good. Dude's winning majors. Can't really say that. I think he's gonna slump this year though. Like I don't think he's gonna pull it out this weekend because he was spraying all over the place. Even I mean he kept it together, but
Yeah.
he's been struggling off the start and like I don't know. There was a video that like I think Bubba Watson posted of him in the gym with Brooks that Brooks was like doing curls with his shirt off or something and like
Look thick.
he's a total like doughboy. Like he just has biceps and he just was like looking like he looked like me my senior year of college after I'd just been drinking like 100 Miller Lights per weekend.
that Andrew Jones soft body from back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So unimpressed. I'm just unimpressed with him. I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks that he is. He's gonna fall off. He's gonna have like a Jordan Spieth kind of thing happen to him where he just like can't figure it out for a couple of years, I think. That's my prediction.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I mean, I like Brooks, big Brooks guy, but
Yeah. I mean, I think he's kind of polarizing. Like, I think he's an incredibly boring character. Like, only less boring than DJ. But
yeah,
I don't know.
he's got no personality.
None.
But like his takes when he like does talk are good for the game, like rate of play, getting things like kind of exciting ish.
True. That is
Good
true.
for the game, but I'm with you on the he's not that jacked take. He strategically has those Nike polos made so that the sleeves are tighter and the body's a little bit boxier.
Like, do we have an actual stat line on him? Like, what is he? 6 foot, like 210,
You want his Trump
maybe?
stat line?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I'm just saying, like, that's not like that big if you're like, I'm not 6 feet, but like, if I was, I might weigh 210 pounds.
He's 6 foot 205.
That's thick.
Yeah. I mean, like that. I mean,
Thick. And not like thick 3Cs, like 4 or 5 Cs.
yeah, that's
Take a
true.
run. Be right back.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm
But
just saying, it's in the Miller Lights though. It's the biceps and the beer gut.
I mean, he's sponsored by Mick Ultra, so you know he's got a full load coming every time. Pause.
Let me see if I can find any photo evidence of this. Didn't he do like he did do like a body issue?
Body issue, but he lost weight for that, so he looked good.
Yeah, yeah. We can't be using that as a basis.
I also think that this tournament is just like it's a World Golf Championship, so it's a big deal. He won it last year.
Yeah,
So,
I mean
like,
he won a lot last year. He did win a lot last year, so he's going to be doing a lot of defending of titles this year.
Yeah, I did like his take on somebody being like, "Oh, like you're struggling going into the PGA, like that can affect you." He's like, "Am I still the defending champion?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Brooks is gonna bring it.
You've seen this video though. You know the video I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he's looking chunky in that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not for it, but
Yeah, it's not great.
we'll see. I mean,
Also,
yeah,
this whole Bryson thing with his long drives and everything, it's gonna work on some courses.
yeah,
It's not gonna work on all of them.
Yeah,
Didn't work last week or 2 weeks. Well,
I mean, you have to feel like he knows that, and like
I don't think he does.
he has to be able to dial it back, though. He's not going to win. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of courses, but like if you talk about the Masters, if you're talking about major championships, like that's
Yeah.
not going to help you there
You
at
can't
all.
you
I
can't be a
don't even think
long-time champ of the Masters.
yeah, like if you hit the ball that far at the Masters, it's probably actually going to hurt you on a lot of those holes, like unless you're really controlling it. But I don't know. I mean, he's really good though. He's really good at a lot of things. Like he's really really good from the fairway as well. So
Yeah, he's starting to dial in everything else besides the driver now, which is
he's just he's such a bitch though. I hate it. Like
up in Bryson Stark.
I just hate the John Rahm too, honestly. Like I just don't it's just like the way that they act like I'm terrible when I play golf and I miss a putt or something like that, but like it's just something about the way that they do it. It just makes it seems like so spoiled. Like they just seem like such spoiled country club kids.
I mean, John Rahm had to bring in a bomb diffuser to help him with his mental game.
Is that like an actual thing or is that just an anecdote?
No, that's an actual thing. His sports psychologist guy is a former EOD disposal guy.
What?
Like it takes a bomb diffuser to get that dude to calm down. And he still doesn't even it's not always the case. Like he still blows up a little bit.
Dedication to your craft, dude. You're just that locked in.
That's unbelievable.
It's an interesting take. Interesting decision there. But
so are you guys watching this? Are we watching this game right now?
We are
watching this game.
I just
Mike's throwing up a nice O for tonight right now.
No. I won 15 on the Jazz. If the Union are still winning, I'm going to win 45 on them.
They won.
45. So I got $60 in the can here. LeBron got one dunk. One more, I got 80. But we're good. We're good, dude.
He's on pace for 10 assists.
Yeah.
Was it 10.5?
Over 10.5, yeah. What's he at now? 7?
5 still.
Oh, sad. But
he almost needed a couple more in that first quarter when he was trying to get AD going.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm not worried. Never scared.
And I went Bud Light and Pop-Tart because I'm a beacon of health.
Oh.
This is peak male performance right here.
Yeah. Just setting the tone for my other co-hosts.
Love it.
That is a very healthy snack.
Greg, give me a pick for the PGA Championship next week. Is that next? Yeah, next week. Give me a winner and a sleeper that you like.
PGA Championship. It's at it's in New York this year, right?
No, San Francisco, TPC Harding Park. U.S. Open's at
I'm thinking the Open, yeah.
I know nothing about this course, so I don't know how to bet.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either, honestly. Bryson, I meant to say. I mean, dude, he is playing really well, like overall. I mean, I think he's got to be one of the favorites to win. I'm sure he's up there. I would be willing to bet on him in one of these. You have to feel like he's trying to bring home a major. You know what I mean? Like, not that everyone isn't. That's like a very terrible like sports commentary statement. Like, of course he wants to win a major, but I think he might
at some point.
He might be in a place to do it right now. But yeah, I don't know anything about the course either. So I mean, if it sets up for him, like if being a long hitter is beneficial, then that's a great pick right there.
Yeah.
A sleeper though, I don't know if I would say this for the PGA Championship, but just maybe. But someone that has been like right there the last couple of weeks is I don't know if you've been watching him, but Max Homa.
Dude, I'm all aboard the Homa train.
Yeah, same, dude. I love him. Have you listened to his podcast?
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And he goes on. Have you listened to No Laying Up?
No.
You should. It's a great like golf-driven podcast that he's on there a lot. But yeah, he's playing really well. He played really well today as well. I think he was like 4 or 5 under.
I went all in on Homa last week. If he won, it would have paid out like $1,500.
Yeah, I mean,
and he missed
give the dude a chance.
And I was super sad.
Just give him a chance.
But yeah, I like him a lot. And then of course we got El Tigre as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Eldrick.
I'm going to blindly bet on Tiger no matter what happens, because if Tiger is playing, I'm literally never going to bet on anybody else. It just statistically is a bad bet. So, I mean, guy wins more than he doesn't win.
Yeah, it's if Tiger's playing, I'm betting on him.
It's just more fun that way.
About it.
Golf is more fun with Tiger. I fear for post Tiger golf.
Tiger is golf.
Yeah. He's got to get the next win, and it would be sick if it was a major.
Well, I mean, there's not many opportunities for him to play coming up. The season's almost over.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got PGA, I think like one more event, and then playoffs.
Yeah. Masters is going to be weird. I hope that they're able to have fans there by then, but I guess it's not looking terribly likely.
Yeah. I mean, no fans of the U.S. Open.
Yeah. I mean, that is in Westchester County. So that was like, I think definitely a deciding factor there, because that was a kind of where the whole coronavirus party started.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Like Augusta might be a little different, but
yeah, and I mean, to go to the Masters is crazy tough. Like to get tickets and everything. They only really X amount.
I know. Can you imagine being one of the people that won that in the lottery this year, and then
and not able, and then like they moved to November and you can't go in November.
Just have it ripped away from you. Yeah, or even fans can't be there. Like, who knows?
Yeah,
that just would be terrible. I would be so upset.
So sad. Got our first technical of the restart.
This looks like a good game. I just turned it on, but
Kawhi's been on a little bit of a run.
He has. I've got him for a double-double and a Clippers win.
He might be pretty close to that right now. Got 17. No, he's only got 1 board and no assists, so.
Not great.
Not close to that.
Yeah. Spoke too soon.
Not great.
I might take this restart opportunity to get really into basketball, because I've never really watched the NBA like until playoffs.
This is the time to get into basketball and hockey right here.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm just so sports starved at the moment.
And the hockey tournament is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. That's going to be really cool.
That's probably what I need to make the jump into.
Yes, without a doubt.
Because
playoff hockey is the best playoffs out there.
You think it is?
Without a doubt.
You said what? The best playoffs?
Yeah, like the best professional playoffs, period.
That's a hot take.
I don't think it is. I think saying like any other playoffs is better than hockey is a hot take.
Oh. He sees your hot take and raises you a hot take.
I raised you a hot take.
I think basketball is
second.
And there's something about like the World Series that is also.
Yeah, but that's just
the World Series is so boring.
I can't get it. I can't say baseball playoffs are exciting unless my team's in it. If my team's not in it, I can't do it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can't watch baseball unless the Phillies are playing, and even then, not until the playoffs.
Then we can't watch any baseball at all for the rest of the year, Greg.
yeah, right. Because of Philly.
57 games in 56 days. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be terrible. And it's going to be more than that because 2 staffers got popped for COVID today. So
Got popped. You got the COVID.
pop. Yeah. But shit, man. Also, my sleeper bet of Lakers to win the first 3, Clippers to win the 4th, not looking great right now because the Clippers are about to win the second quarter.
By quite some margin. Man, you
I'm hurt.
swung and missed on this game.
You got to take big shots, you know?
Live betting on basketball is the best. That's the best thing to bet on.
Well,
But I just take the over all the time when I bet on basketball.
it's a smart pick.
It's just, yeah, it's also never fun. Like I've taken the under a few times and it's just like every basket is just a kick in the nuts.
You remember like 2 years ago when I had that like crazy 8-leg parlay that hit? It was like,
Yeah.
it was 8 live unders. And they
That's
all
ridiculous.
it was the most stressful night of my life. Because like it was games I wasn't watching, so I was like scrolling the ESPN Score Center, like updating, like doing math in my head, counting like how many more baskets can I afford, how much time's left, times 8, and then I think the last one hit with like 1 point to spare. I'll never do that again.
I'm gonna get in on this. So, what is the concept of Instagram Live? Like people just are sitting there watching us sit here, watch them.
Well, we're broadcasting through YouTube Live right now. I just did Instagram Live to get some buzz.
Oh,
He was trying to plug and play.
oh, I didn't know that YouTube Live was a thing.
Oh yeah, it's like
Okay.
like what Joe Rogan does for his fight companions.
Man, I'm so far out of touch with the kids.
It took me like 8 hours to figure this out. So,
Yesterday, things were going well, and then 6 hours later, he's like, "I think I figured it out."
yeah, I was texting Ty. I was like, "Oh, like I'm gonna figure this out." And then like 2 hours later, I'm like, "This might just have to be an Instagram Live because this is fucking hard." And then 3 hours later, I figured it out.
Oh man,
It was a lot of YouTube videos, Google searches, trial and error, just misery.
I know like basketball hasn't been played in like 3 months, but I don't remember Kawhi's handle being so good either, dude.
I don't either, but his hands were so big that I feel like Markman does not have a good handle.
I love this Caruso kid. Cracks me up.
We were just talking about him earlier.
Oh, were you?
We're like, what do we think?
I feel a lot better about him if he just shaved his head.
Oh, I think it adds to the whole thing.
Drives me bonkers.
It's part of his look, though. It's like the Anthony Davis eyebrow.
Yeah.
Like you know that you look bad.
It's I also feel like he wouldn't be as polarizing a player if he wasn't on the Lakers.
You think you'd hear about him at all?
No. I think the only reason we hear about him is that he's on the Lakers.
That's how I feel about Kuzma.
I agree. Apparently, Chris Bosh pulled up as a virtual fan at this game, and like the seats.
Oh, really?
They're doing virtual fans. Chris Bosh was there.
Speaking of
You guys,
weird,
for the Phillies, are they offering to like have people buy like cardboard cutouts of themselves and put them in the stands?
I think they're doing it just for like nurses and like frontline workers,
Gotcha.
which is pretty cool.
That's my favorite thing about the season right now.
I love watching the videos of like the cardboard cutouts getting drilled with the home run ball and like just the it's like phew. But
so what kind of content is going to go on the YouTube?
it's just this. Oh well, if this is a success, we'll get more live streams. We're also starting to record via video or pods a little bit more, so I'll start dropping some video pods.
Mike's just seeing what it takes to make it in the bigs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to up our game a little bit every single time.
There you go, dude. One step at a time.
Trying to take 3 balls in the BLP to the next level here.
Like, look at this dude's eyebrow. That's an easy thing to fix. He doesn't have to have one eyebrow. But now it's like his whole brand.
I think it's trademarked. Like, I don't think you can shave it.
Yeah.
Remember that, like, I don't think it was a Hulu commercial, but it was something where he, like,
Fake,
April
yeah.
Fool's dated or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yep. I remember that. Yeah. He, like, wiped it or some shit.
Yeah. It's like Troy Polamalu's hair was insured for like $1 million. I think his eyebrows insured for $1 million.
Jesus. Like, what could happen to it?
Oh, LeBron, shoot the 3. You ain't making it to the fucking hole in 2.5 seconds from half court.
This is tight. What's the live line here?
That's a good question. I might be back in. Live bets.
You think?
It's all about live bets.
You need LeBron to play like 40 minutes to hit that triple-double.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I mean, he's at 17 now.
Can I bet on quarters here, Michael?
Should be able to. 5 quarters.
Mike, 6,
Oh, I
and
see
5 right now.
6, 6, and 5.
Yeah.
That's where LeBron's at?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, I'm in. I'm
I can't-
in.
You'd have an assist in the second quarter.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna do this in the third. He's gonna set AD up. We know how the story
He'll
goes.
probably get 3 and 2. I mean, he could end up with probably like 18, 10, and 9.
Which would be just heartbreaking.
Am I too late to bet on the third quarter?
Shouldn't be.
I only see result at end of fourth quarter.
Oh, maybe you are. You can bet second half money line.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
So the Lakers are minus 215 on the money line, but for result at the end of the fourth quarter to win, they're minus 182.
That's very interesting.
Seems confusing. Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, I don't know why they're minus 215 when they're only up 2 and got
Yeah,
one.
dude, that's horrible value. Might just take the Clippers because
Yeah.
it feels like they're asking you to.
Yeah,
Clippers-
these guys know what they're doing though.
Yeah, that's so true.
Then
But they're plus 170.
yeah, I feel like they should be like if the Lakers are minus 215.
These lines make no sense. And then the Lakers are minus 150 to win the second half, but they're minus 215 to win. Like they're up by 2.
Yeah.
So you're telling me 2 points is a 65 point difference?
Doesn't add up. But
Yeah, I don't know. The math here is definitely confusing to me. Okay, over-unders are up. Lakers are minus 5. Ty is plus 1,200. It's good energy.
tie is plus 1200.
Yeah,
Like tie after 4
I guess. I would have. I think.
overtime.
I don't. I feel like if it wasn't at the end of 4 quarters, it would have to be a lot higher odds than that.
Interesting.
Lakers minus 5. What's the score? 54 to 52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 106. 215 is the over under.
When the last game finished out 106, 104.
I'm gonna just go for
The shooters are going to start hitting in the second half a little bit better.
I'm gonna go for the over because it seems
Nah.
like it's more fun. Like I said,
Yeah.
I think you should sweat the under.
Also,
Ah,
I'll take
it'd be
that.
more fun. That'd be better for the video.
I'll take good under content. Under 215.
It's just not fun to cheer that way.
Under 215.
It's gonna be the last bet Mike has a chance winning.
This will be the last bet I place tonight.
Under 215. Yeah, the other thing is like these guys might be really tired and it could get really sloppy towards the end. Or it could get really open towards the end.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the big question.
Yeah.
All right. Under 215.
I can't bet against you.
Yes, you can.
Like if it's J.R. Smith and Deion Waiters closing out the game,
They're gonna
you know, you got a chance.
Yeah.
But if they're playing to win, which
But
yeah,
if it's J.R. Smith Dion, you got a chance either way because they're just gonna start hucking.
$2.15. So we're at 106, 2.15. So another 106 would do it. But a 109. That's a fine line. That's a very fine line. I love the push on 215, honestly. It's not fun to bet against people, you know?
I agree.
Damn. All right. I'll sweat the under. Why not?
It's all for the content.
Yeah, do it for the content. That's what I'm about. Just a content guy.
Even though this is our first live stream, I've committed my life to it.
Where's Matt at?
I don't know. I think he said he wasn't going to be home in time to do it. Yeah, I think he's home right now. It's
Kid is not about the content, clearly.
no love for the game. Not dedicated to the craft. It's just
Dang.
no heart.
Just getting slated right now. Poor guy.
I hope he hears this when he's 2 hours in the podcast.
Yeah, when he watches it back.
I saved all my slander for later. I didn't really look.
Oh, man. All right, we're in on the under.
Love it.
I don't. I literally just 5 minutes ago said how not fun betting on unders is. But
But if you're cheering for every buck, you're not really engaged in the game.
that's
Does
true.
LeBron still only have that one dunk?
Think so.
Gotta check that play-by-play.
Mike, you took the under.
You took the under too?
I did, yeah.
Let's go.
I
Content.
can't. Yeah, I can't cheer against people betting. It's like an old habit. Old habits die hard.
That juju.
Creates a bad energy.
Yeah. All right, second quarter because LeBron didn't have dick in the first.
You drinking Crispy Boys right now?
Always.
Nice. Mike got one too.
Yeah. Thick boy drinking Crispy Boys.
That's how you get thick, stay thick.
Mm-hmm. LeBron makes 1 foot driving dunk 40 seconds into the second quarter. And that's it.
How old is LeBron now?
35 or something?
30.
Dang. He's still doing it, huh?
Year 17.
So we were saying earlier, at what point does your body just say, fuck you?
Yeah, I mean, he has to get to that point eventually. Just an anatomical thing.
Yeah, because we were saying he's played more minutes of basketball than anybody I can think of ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a long time to be in the league.
And like Olympics.
Yeah. A lot of points.
Yeah. Still doing it. Still probably got 4 or 5 more years left.
Oh, that's such a long time, though, dude. Like, to be doing that at 40. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't play, but I don't know. I feel like sometime before you're 40, that drop off has to come. that's really old. But at the same time, Tom Brady's out there
slinging
in a much more physical sport. So,
did you see the Instagram post of him at Bucks practice today?
No,
he looked old. Like the first time I've ever seen that man look old.
The thing is, like, Tom Brady's not out there like chucking bombs or dropping the shoulder into people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not ever how he's played.
That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, he's really, I mean, obviously his in-game IQ is incredibly high and he's really good at making it work. But I think
that's going to be the thing to watch for them. Like, how does he react to these like young guys that have no experience being successful in football? Like, because he would be able to like tear people apart in New England, and people are just like, okay, because they're used to winning.
Yeah.
Like going to the Bucks, a last team.
Dude, I don't know. Tom Brady's the last person I would question.
No, I'm not questioning Tom Brady. I'm questioning.
No. I'm saying, like, if I was getting bitched out by Tom Brady, I'd be like, fuck, that's probably right.
Yeah. But these young guys like Mike Evans, who's been the shit for so long, like after a certain point of getting bitched out, I feel like he's going to be like, fuck you. Like, I know how good I am. Get me the ball. Throw it more than 20 yards, Tom.
You should probably try to throw it to Mike Evans a lot. He's pretty good.
And Godwin. And they just signed LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, I mean, they have a team for sure. I'm just really interested to see what's going to happen, like, with both the Patriots and with the Buccaneers, because I just want to see, like, how much of this is, like, a codependency between Belichick and Brady and how much of it is, like, individual genius between them, that just, like, happen to match up. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, Brady, I feel like a lot of that, it like, as a player, like, what you're doing out there has to have a lot to do with the coach.
Yeah, I would bet on Belichick being more successful without Brady than Brady being.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I mean, it's not like the Patriots brought in like some scrub of a quarterback either. I mean, like Cam Newton's like a pretty decent fill-in there. I mean, it's not Tom Brady, but
you're not going to go out there and tank with Cam.
Yeah.
And I mean, all these guys opting out is giving them all of the cap space to sign Jadeveon Clowney.
Real quick on the
that's what you think it's about?
I mean, I feel like those guys went to Belichick and like, think about opting out, and Belichick was like, do it. he saw their cap hit and he's like, do it. Because Davion's looking for like $22 million a year. I think they just got the $22 million of cap space.
You think he's worth that? No. I don't think he is either.
He's a dirty fucking cheat who took out Carson Wentz with an illegal hit in the playoffs.
I hate him.
I hate him until he signs with the Eagles. Then I'll love him.
I hate him anyway. South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Gamecock. We got a Clemson Tiger in the chat.
I see.
Greg, what do you think about Notre Dame joining the ACC this year for football if it happens?
I love it, actually.
Good for the ACC.
I hate Notre Dame, so I'm happy to play them.
Yeah, but it is good for the conference to have another like top 25 team.
Yeah, it's definitely good for the conference. I mean, I don't really understand how college football is going to work this year. That's what I was actually just going to say. Like, talk about that for a second, because I mean, I think it's like I don't know, some person that I'm friends with on Facebook is an Alabama fan, some fake Alabama fan that's just an Alabama fan because she lives in Louisiana. She lives in New Orleans and she's an Alabama fan. She used to be a Notre Dame fan when we were in high school. Fraud.
We call that a front runner.
Absolute fraud. But anyway.
Also fraud.
Yeah, some Alabama stuff like popped up on my feed because she was like commenting on it when they announced that that the SEC was going to be like a single conference schedule or whatever. And like everyone in there was like, well, it's just going to be like, all right, well, the SEC wins. Like there's going to be 4 SEC teams based on strength of schedule. And I was like, all right, like hold up a second here. Like
Yeah.
other teams still have tough schedules. And like that's also just erasing the fact like the SEC more than any other conference plays primarily an in-conference schedule anyway. There's like 1,000 teams in the SEC that they all just play each other anyway. And it's like, so almost nothing has changed. I don't really see why the playoff would go that way. But what I do think that they should do is that they will never have a better opportunity to go to like the format that everybody's been wanting to see, that they take the conference champions and a couple at-large teams and do it that way. Like this is the time to like just go ahead and do it. Like if that is ever in play, now would be the time, because that would be the most fair way. I mean, otherwise I don't disagree with her. Like you might get people to be just like, well, Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and like, I don't know, someone else in the SEC are the best teams. But it's like, all right, like, yeah, Florida, right. What about Clemson? What about like probably Ohio State or anyone in the Big Ten, you know?
I mean, they should just go Power 5 and then 3 at-large, do an 18 playoff and just fucking.
Yeah, I mean, like that conversation is nothing new, right? Like, I mean, I think people have been wanting for them to do that anyway.
Like the drunkest weekend, like month every year.
Yeah. It would, I mean, but yeah, it makes sense to do it this year because
there's no other way. There's
and you're only playing 10 games. So like the whole concept of like worry with that before was they don't want to add games to these kids.
Yeah.
Like schedule. They don't want to have them play 18 games a season.
Which is fair, I think.
It's fair. But so since this year you're playing 10 games and that's it, do an 18 playoff as opposed to a 14 playoff and only playing 12 games. Because these what Clemson played 16 games last year?
Yeah. Something like that.
Crazy.
It's a lot of games. It's a lot of games.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that anyway. Like, regardless of scenario, I hope that it gets, like, I hope that this is the catalyst to make that format happen, because I think it just would remove like so much of the bullshit around like oh, the SEC should have like 2 or even 2 of the spots in the current format. It's like, that's kind of unfair, honestly. Like you're just assuming that the SEC is in fact the best conference, but you don't usually like you can't 100% say that for sure. So like if you have those additional spots, then it's like, fine, SEC, you can have 2 or 3 spots, like whatever, whoop the freaking do, like good for you, but everybody else gets their chance as well. And I think more often than not, you would still just see the same teams rise to the top, even in that scenario. But it'd be more interesting anyway. Just bring some other teams into it, because the playoff has been like kind of boring in some sense. Just the same teams. Like I can't remember how many years. What is this? The 5th or 6th year of the playoff this coming season, and it's been like pretty much the same teams every year. Clemson's been in it every year. What's that?
Illinois had like 2 really good championship games, which is the Jake Coker Alabama championship game with the surprise onside kick.
Yeah.
And then the rematch the next year with Deshaun and his last second touchdown.
Yeah.
That one was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
those were good games. I mean,
been some phenomenal games. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was my favorite game of football ever. I think that one, I mean, both of those were phenomenal games. I think the one that Clemson won, especially because I'm biased towards that one, but I think that was like one of the best games of college football that there's been, like even just from an objective standpoint, like in between that and the USC Texas from 05 or 06, whatever year that was.
I think it's hard to beat that game, but that Alabama Clemson rematch is pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty
crazy game. And it was like taking down Alabama as well. Like I think at that point in time, It's so funny, like how quickly people have switched up on me with how they feel about Clemson. Like people used to be like, "Oh, dude, that's so cool! Like Clemson are getting so good," and like whatever. And now everybody like hates on me so much about Clemson. I'm like, all right,
They hate the guy that's at the top.
yeah, absolutely. But at
You're
the
in
time,
Alabama.
people weren't tired of Clemson yet. People were still tired of Alabama. So
This game is sloppy but good.
love the under.
3 points in 2 minutes.
I mean, dude,
It
if
was a
you're
strong bet, dude.
air balls, yeah, if you want the under, this is what you want to see.
I just need one more.
This is wonderful, dude. Just turnovers. Oh, miss it.
Like,
yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Stark, this is looking like our rec league games right now.
Just bricks sprinting back to the other side of the floor, turnover,
Another turnover.
going back, turnover.
Get it to an open guy for a 3. Air ball. Nick.
Every second off the clock is a victory right now.
Yep. I love it. Also, let's talk about the fact that I have the Lakers plus 48 and the Clippers outright. So I still have that in the bag.
The Lakers plus 48.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. FanDuel did a promo where it's like every 2,500 people that bet on the Lakers Clippers game spread line, they moved the spread 1 point in favor of the Lakers. So like they started at minus 2.5, and it's now like it closed at plus 49.
Was there like a cap of the amount of money you were allowed to bet on that?
$50.
That's a free $50.
Yeah, at minus 110 odds. So like you bet 50, it pays out 45, unless the Clippers go on an all-time run right here.
I mean, dude, I would bet a lot of money if I could get like a regular 40, whatever you just said, 48 point line.
Oh,
I'd probably bet my mortgage on that. Just get it over with.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
That's a lot of points.
I was also thinking, like, after I bet it, I was like, this will be the one time that, like, the Lakers get blown out by 40 points and, like, just ruin everybody's
Doesn't
day.
matter, dude. Not 48 points.
Whatever, you know. Like, LeBron turns an ankle, doesn't play. AD scratches his eye again. Then you just got the JR and Dion show the entire game.
Best case scenario.
Good Lord. We got 4 points in 3.
This is ideal. I'm so happy that I took the under.
As am I.
Oh, come on.
What are you doing? You know
That's not how you get the under, you idiot.
I'm like 15 to 20 seconds behind Greg, so I'm like also
Who's hearing our content and just being like, I wonder what's going to happen here.
that part we messed up.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. That's a good timeout. Slow them down.
New basketball expert, Greg Linford here. Got our 2 basketball experts.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. You've been watching MLS is back, Michael?
I have won a good amount of money on it too.
It's painful to watch. The MLS is
good soccer.
It's not.
Especially going from like watching the Premier League and betting on that, and then turning to MLS and thinking it's like this.
Some of the games are all right. Like some of the teams are decent quality wise, but some of the games are so bad. It's just, it's brutal to watch. So brutal to watch.
Tyler Miller's still in it.
Yeah, he just made the critical save in a shootout the other night.
Yeah, Minnesota Loons.
The Loons.
I'll go on a limb. We're the official podcast of the Minnesota United Football Club.
Wow, I don't know if they are going to condone that sponsorship or not, but
they probably won't.
Nobody else has taken the title.
We should get Tyler on.
I hit him up. I was like, "Yo, come on, let's talk about MLS is back," and he left me on red. So
Brutal, dude.
you know, these friends of yours from high school that go pro and just
Forget about us.
they go all big time. It hurts. You know?
Yeah.
Words and lack thereof of words hurt.
He's good, dude. And he's had a real knack so far to land on like some of the best teams in the league, which is very nice. But he is good.
Went from Seattle, won a cup there.
Yep.
LAFC.
Decent.
Granted, he made some of the all-time MLS highlights on the wrong end.
Yeah, that's not his fault for the most part. Zlatan just has a thing for him.
Yeah, Ty, if you've ever seen a highlight of Zlatan scoring in the MLS, chances are it's not our friend from high school.
Really?
It's just on like some ridiculous fucking strikes from Zlatan because he's just so much better than everybody else on
It's not fair. I mean, dude, he went back to
AC Milan, right?
yeah, he's in Italy now. I think he scored like 30 something goals this year in Italy. So he's like 38.
Yeah.
That's
Really.
that's absolutely absurd.
But, so the MLS is back tournament is just like a preseason like warm up. Like they're still gonna have like a regular season after this.
So these are regular season games. Like this counts towards their regular season, but they just did it in like a tournament format.
Right, but after this tournament, they're still gonna have some regular season games.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because they're really not. What month is it right now? Yeah, they're not like that. They're pretty far into what would be their season, I guess. But their season goes late. Like it finishes in the winter. So
yeah, I feel like they only had like 6 or 8 games before it shut down.
yeah,
Like, they weren't deep into it.
it's probably true. But I think this has probably knocked out a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean group
Per
stage,
team.
round of 16.
Yeah. It's cool. The MLS is starting to get like some kids that are getting scouted into Europe because we have a lot of like good development academies now in the US, which is interesting. That's what we need. But I was talking with my friend, Tom. He's an assistant coach like at a college for soccer.
Oh yeah. Tom married to Brittany.
No, that's Joe. No. I feel like you know my friend Tom. Yeah, but whatever.
I know you're friends by like other names like Pooters. I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. Unimportant anyway. One of my buddies from growing up is a assistant coach at a college, and I was asking him like what he thought about like college soccer because it doesn't fit in with the way that soccer works like internationally. And he was like, he thinks that it's dead because like the MLS academies have become so prevalent that like all the good kids are going to academies. Like they're not playing in college. So
that's like what hockey does with juniors. You go to juniors before you play college hockey.
yeah, and like they don't even let you play high school if you're in the academy. So just fair, but interesting. Champions League next week.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, Kawhi with those big fucking mitts. Stark, you'll know when you see it.
Yeah, no, I can't wait, dude.
Probably about now.
Hold on.
Right there.
We're about to find out. There he goes. I'm like, 25, 30 behind you.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be 30.
Yeah.
This is I
think it's getting worse.
This is a very, very sloppy game. I don't think I've watched basketball this bad.
Well, they were off for 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair, but they're professionals. I feel like they were probably still playing.
But at some point, there's like a rhythm to it, especially
That's
when
true.
5 other dudes.
That's true. Team play is an important factor. I mean, I like this. This is an incredibly low scoring quarter thus far.
Oh, yeah, loving it.
So they're both drop 40 next quarter, and you guys are fucked.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be like records.
It's true.
Highs.
it's hanging in the balance. Like this could go either way. Like if one of these teams starts to just like sink the chances, it is very open.
Yeah, because they're getting good shots. It's not like they're not getting. They're forcing everything. There are some open shots out there. They're just not hitting. Set.
I always find it so funny how these guys just look very regularly sized while on the court.
Compared to all those other dudes. And then in real life, you see them and you like look like
Yeah.
the top of the ceiling.
It's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, like I've seen Embiid around Philly a couple times, and it's just like it's ridiculous. He doesn't even look like a human. It's just like
Yeah.
I believe that.
like people are not meant to be that large.
That's why their careers suffer.
That's true.
Foot problems.
That's true.
All right, Geddes, I got to hop off.
All right, this might be a good time to end it.
All right.
Greg,
Adios,
thanks
boys.
for joining us.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
All right.
A pleasure.
This was
It was
fun.
fun.
Thank you, whoever viewed, for joining us. Hoop Companion. This was fun. 3 walls and a BLP. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy it. NBA's back, baby.
Later.
See you.